ATA for telling my brother his girlfriend is not allowed in my house again. I haven't seen my brother in 5 years, due to both of us being in the military. He finally came to visit with his girlfriend that he's been with for 3 years. His visit, it already cut from 2 weeks to 4 days, because she has to go back to work. They also brought their dog, but forgot the kennel, so I went and bought one. We have a guest room where she stayed for 90% of the visit. When they arrived, she did not speak to anyone, which could be attributed to social anxiety. When my wife cooked dinner, she did not thank her for the meal, nor did she rinse her plate, just left it on the table. My brother and I spent most of the time playing video games and watching anime, but every 20 minutes or so, she would call him on the phone to ask him to come to the room or bring her something. She could have just come down to hang out with my brother and me and my wife. But it wasn't that big a deal. I could deal with that. On their last day, we all went to my best friend's house, who has been close with my brother and me for a long time. I drove the 4 of us in my car because they didn't know the area. My buddy really wanted to play some board games and cook dinner for all of us. But 30 minutes into our time there, she said she was hungry and wanted Chick-fil-A. This bothered me, but I tried to be understanding and took her to get some food. When we got back, she spent the entire 3 hours. We were there on the couch, scrolling TikTok. After dinner, she told me and my brother she was ready to go back to the house, because she needed to rest for their drive back home. My brother wanted to stay longer, so he asked her if we could drop her off. She, of course, said no. For reference, my brother was staying up anyway, so he could sleep during her part of the driving 13-hour drive. Honestly, most of this stuff alone wouldn't bother me, but it's compounding. The entire point of the visit was for me and my brother to spend time together. The visit was already cut short because she needed to go back to work. For all that, she could have stayed home. My wife and best friend both felt like they weren't accommodating enough and weren't welcoming enough. I think that's unfair to them and myself. I told my brother I loved seeing him again and want him to visit again, but that she wasn't allowed to be at my house again until she learned to be a proper guest. AITA.